All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to History Maker Baseball here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. My name is Dave Little, and it is a pleasure to be here at the Dave Cave to bring you tonight's ball game between the 1993 Cubs and the 1998 Pittsburgh Pirates. Both these teams are coming off of 3-game series wins in round one, and it should be a great pitching matchup tonight as the Cubs send Mike Morgan to the mound to take on the Pirates' Jason Schmidt. Still working through some of the technical details on this end so that I can get into the chat room and see if I can see the chat. Excuse me. Still don't quite have this whole YouTube deal figured out yet with the interplay between XSplit and the excuse me, and the channel dashboard, and it looks like we're here. So, Mike Morgan takes on Jason Schmidt tonight in the Battle of Righties, veteran righties here in round of 16. Excuse me, and I get a coughing fit right away. In the best team I have ever seen series. And Clinton Parks is in the ballpark, and he is our home plate umpire tonight. How about that? And your hot hitters for tonight, for the Cubs, it will be Ryne Sandberg. And for the Pirates, Tony Womack. The cold guys tonight for the Cubs, Sammy Sosa. And for the Pirates, Jason Kendall. Both teams come in to tonight's contest as semi-harmonious. And if it comes down to a battle of the bullpens, the manager chart was kind to the Cubs. And their right-handed reliever, Jose Bautista, is hot for tonight's ball game. So those are your particulars. Your umpires tonight include Clinton Parks as your home plate umpire. First base umpire is Rob ! Mr. Excitement himself. James Whiteman is at second base tonight. Big James is one of the guys that I went with on a lot of these baseball trips, and a dear, dear old friend. And your third base umpire is the most respected man in the board gaming business, Keith Avalone from Play.com. And with that, we take you to your starting lineups. For the visiting Cubs, Dwight Smith leads off and plays right field. Ryne Sandberg bats second and plays second base. Batting third, the first baseman, Mark Grace. Batting fourth and playing center field tonight, Sammy Sosa. Rick Wilkins is your lefty batting catcher in the 5-hole. Steve Buechele batting sixth and playing third base. Derek May bats seventh and plays left field. Ray Sanchez bats eighth and plays shortstop. And on the mound and batting ninth is Mike Morgan. For the Pirates, Jason Kendall will lead off and play catcher. Tony Womack is your second baseman, batting second. Batting third, the center fielder, Turner Ward. The cleanup hitter tonight is first baseman Kevin Young. Jose Guillen is your number 5 hitter and the right fielder tonight for Pittsburgh. Freddie Garcia batting sixth and playing third base. The number 7 hitter is left fielder Al Martin. Shortstop Lou Collier bats eighth, and Jason Schmidt is on the mound and batting ninth. So I think that about covers everything we need to know heading into tonight's ball game. So let's play ball. All right, leading off for the visiting Cubs is Dwight Smith, standing in against Jason Schmidt. Schmidt lines and delivers, and the pitch is a 3-4-5. Is the catcher iron? Jason Kendall is a normal fielding catcher. Does the batter have a good eye? No. And that's going to be a strikeout to open the game. So Dwight Schmidt goes down swinging, and that brings Ryne Sandberg to the plate as we go to the baseball right now chart. So on the basis of that strikeout, Schmidt will be semi-hot. Sandberg is your hot hitter for the Cubs tonight. And on a roll of 2-6, do we have a hot pitcher? The decider die unfortunately says no. So he does not overpower Sandberg with a strikeout. Instead, the pitch misses and Sandberg drives that ball into right field for a base hit. And that is your first base runner of the game. Sandberg is a normal runner. Kendall is a normal catcher. So the stolen base chance would be on a 1-4. And I believe we're going to let Grace hit away, and maybe with 2 outs we'll send Sandberg to get him into scoring position. But Mark Grace stands in, left-handed batter, semi-hero, semi-champion, semi-patient with a good eye. And on a roll of 4, 5, 6, there's nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter patient? The decider die says no. And that's going to go as a fly out to center field. And that will be the second out of the inning. Sandberg holds at first, and that brings Sammy Sosa to the plate. And that takes us to the team chemistry chart. I think we can go ahead and attempt the stolen base before we go to the chemistry chart. And on a blank roll of the decider die, the runner is unable to get his lead and is forced to stay at first, which is a good thing because out of 5 he would have been caught stealing had he gotten his lead. So now we go to the team chemistry chart. Both teams come into the game semi-harmonious. And on a roll of 2-4, do we have batting team harmony? The decider die says yes. Sosa connects on a bloop single. And on a lead roll of 4, a lead die of 2, the runner advances 1 base on the single. So Sandberg will pull in at second. And that will make 2 on and 2 out for the left-handed batting catcher, Rick Wilkins. Wilkins standing in against Jason Schmidt. Left-handed batter against right-handed pitcher. The roll is a 5-6-6. Is the pitcher wild? No. Is the batter a good eye? No. That's going to be a strikeout to end the inning. So the Cubs in the top of the first threaten but do not score. And as we head to the bottom of the first, it's the Cubs nothing and the Pirates coming to bat. And based upon the last roll in the top of the first, Jason Kendall leading off the game is going to roll on the team chemistry chart. The roll on the chemistry chart is a 4-5. Do we have batting team harmony? The decider die says yes. The focused batter waits on the pitch and draws a base on balls. So Kendall with the leadoff walk against Mike Morgan. And that brings Tony Womack to the plate. Womack standing in against Mike Morgan. Morgan winds and delivers. It's a 1-1-4. Is the pitcher fresh? Yes, he is. That's going to be a ground out to shortstop. And on a lead die of 1, that's going to go as a double play. So quickly the first man reaches, and just as quickly we've got a 6-4-3 double play. And with 2 out and the bases empty, your batter will be Turner Ward. Standing in against Mike Morgan. The pitch to Ward is a 2-4-6. Is Morgan a control pitcher? No. Is Ward eager or a sad sack? No. That's going to be a base on balls. Second walk of the inning given up by Mike Morgan. Good thing for that pitcher's best friend, the double play, or we'd be in real trouble here. Ward is a normal runner. And catcher Rick Wilkins for Chicago is a Gold Glove catcher. So we will not attempt the steal in this situation. It will be Kevin Young batting away, with Ward holding on first base and 2 outs. The pitch to Young is a 1-5-6. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter a whiffer? Yes, he is. He is a full whiffer, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. So both teams go scoreless in the first, and it will be Steve Buechele to lead off the second for the visiting Cubs. Buechele these days is best known as the father of Shane Buechele, who is the quarterback for the Southern Methodist University football team, transferred over from Texas. And the roll of Buechele is a 1-5-6. Is he a whiffer? Yes, that's another strikeout. And that brings to the plate left-handed batting left fielder Derek May. The pitch to May is a 1-4-4. Is Schmidt a flash? He is a semi-flash, and the decider die says yes, and that is going to be another strikeout. Jason Schmidt is mowing him down here in the second. And that brings the 8-hole hitter Ray Sanchez to the plate. Pitch to Sanchez is a 2-2-6. Is the batter hit by pitch? The decider die says yes. So Sanchez will reach on the hit by pitch. And that will allow the Cubs to turn over the lineup here in the second as Mike Morgan comes to the plate. Morgan is a full utility, a full sad sack, a full scrapper. Or as Cameron Fry would say, he can it, so wing better. And on a 4-4-5, is the pitcher a workman? No. Is the batter patient? No. That's going to be a ground out to first base to end the inning. Score that 3 unassisted if you're scoring at home, or even if you're by yourself. And that takes us to the bottom of the second, where Jose Guillen will lead off for the Pirates. The pitch to Guillen is a 2-3-6. Is the pitcher double control or dynamic? No. Is this a pitcher batting? No. That's going to be another base on balls. Third walk given up by Morgan here in the early going. And that brings Freddie Garcia to the plate. Garcia, semi-slugger, semi-home run king. And on a roll of 1-5-6, is he a whiffer? He is a full whiffer, and that's another strikeout. Must be shadows over home plate here at Three River Stadium tonight, because the strikeouts are coming from both sides in good measure. So with 1 out, and Guillen still at first, Al Martin is your batter for the Pirates. The pitch is a 4-5-6. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter patient? No. So he will not draw the walk. Instead, that's going to be a fly out to center field. Guillen holds up at first, and Sammy Sosa moves under that ball and makes the catch. And with 2 outs, and Guillen remaining at first, we're going to go back to the team chemistry chart. And here's a roll of 6-6. Batting team harmony, yes. Focused batter with a big swing, and that's going to be a fence check. Unfortunately, Luke Collier is a semi-scrapper. The decider die says no. Actually, okay, I've got this screwed up. Batting team is semi-harmonious, and the decider die says no, so there is not batting team harmony. And instead of a fence check, that is going to go as a strikeout of Collier. Long foul ball for Collier, and then he took a look at strike 3, and that's going to end the inning, as the play-by-play guy got a little bit ahead of himself in interpreting the team chemistry chart. We're through 2 complete, and we're still scoreless, as the Cubs in the top of the third will send Dwight Smith, the leadoff batter, to the plate. Smith took strike 3 in his first at bat. And on this play, the roll is a 1-5-5. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter a home run king? The decider die says no. So that is going to go as a routine fly ball out to center field. Turner Ward moves under that one to make the catch. And with one out, that brings the hot-hitting Ryan Sandberg to the plate. The roll to Sandberg is a 3-4-6. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter eager? No. So that will not be a flyout. Instead, that will be a base on balls. An active runner can steal, but Sandberg is a normal runner. So he will hold up at first after drawing the walk. And that brings Mark Grace to the plate. Once again on the team chemistry chart. Hitting the chemistry chart a lot here tonight. Again, both teams come into the game semi-harmonious. And on a roll of 2-4, do we have batting team harmony? This time the decider die says yes. Batter connects on a bloop single. And on the lead die of 2, runners advance one base. So that's going to put men at first and second with just one out for Sammy Sosa, your cleanup hitter. Schmidt wants to get a strikeout, or better yet, a ground ball, and perhaps turn the double play and get out of this threat. 2 men on, only one out. The pitch to Sosa is a 1-1-3. Is the pitcher an ace? No. Is the batter a slugger? Decider die says yes, and that's going to go as a double to left field. So Sosa gets hold of one, pulls it past Freddie Garcia and down the left field line for a double. On a lead die of 1, Grace is just going to pull in at third base. He is a normal runner, so he's not able to score. But that's going to be in play. That's going to be a double. Sandberg will score. Grace pulls in at third, and Sosa pulls in at second, and we have a 1-0 ball game with Rick Wilkins coming to the plate now. Still just one out. And with the extra runner on second, the Pirates are going to be forced to play back. The pitch from Schmidt is a 2-2-4. Is he pitching at home? Yes. And that is going to be a pop out to shortstop. And that is a big out. Big out for Jason Schmidt. That's the second out of the inning. And that will bring Steve Buechele to the plate with 2 on and 2 out now, and Schmidt having a chance to escape further damage here in the top of the third. The pitch from Schmidt is a 1-1-4. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. That's going to be a ground out to shortstop, and that is going to end the inning. So the Cubs get on the board here in the top of the third. It's now a 1-0 ball game as Mike Morgan returns to the mound for the Cubs. He'll face 9-1-2. Jason Schmidt, Jason Kendall, and Tony Womack. Schmidt is also a bad hitter. Full utility, full sad sack. Oh, but let's see what happens on a roll of 6-6-6. Is the pitcher an ace? No. Is the batter a sad sack? Yes, he is. That's a fly out to center field. And that is the first out of the inning. And that brings Jason Kendall to the plate. As you'll recall, he is the cold guy for the Pirates tonight. And on a roll of 1-2-6, is the pitcher fresh? It is the third inning, so he is still fresh. And that will go as a line drive out to second base. And with 2 outs and nobody on, your hot hitter for tonight, Tony Womack, comes to the plate. The pitch to Womack is a 1-4-5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No. Nothing in the batter's column. So that is going to go as a ground out to third base to end the inning. So through 3 complete, it's the Cubs 1 and the Pirates nothing. Coming up for the Cubs in the top of the fourth will be 7, 8, and 9. May, Sanchez, and Morgan. Derek May, your left-handed batting left fielder, stands in against Jason Schmidt. The pitch is a 3-6-6. Nothing on the pitcher's column. Is the batter a pinch hitter? No. That's going to be a fly out to center field. Another nice running catch by Turner Ward out there for the first out here in the fourth. Ray Sanchez now comes to the plate. He is a full hero, but he's a scrapper. And on a roll of 3-3-6, is the pitcher an ace or dynamic? No. Is the batter a sad sack, utility, or patient? He is none of those. So that's going to go as a single to center field. Base hit up the middle for Ray Sanchez, and that will take us back to the player experience chart. Mike Morgan is your batter. He is a semi-icon versus Schmidt, who is neutral. But in this situation, we are going to have Morgan lay down a bunt. That's his best opportunity. And on a roll of 5, the bunt is successful. Morgan's out at first. Sanchez moves into second base. And we will score that. Catcher to first base. And Sanchez moves into second. So with 2 men out and a runner in scoring position, Dwight Smith has a chance to bring home the second run of the game. Smith digs in, levels the bat, and he looks at a roll of 2-6-6. Is there a runner on first? No. Is this the leadoff batter? Yes, this is the leadoff batter, and that's going to go as a single to center field. Active runner score from second base on any hit. With 2 outs, any runner scores from second on any hit. So with 2 outs, Sanchez got the jump. And he will score, and it is a 2-0 ball game on the base hit by Dwight Smith. And that will bring Ryan Sandberg to the plate. We're going to see if Dwight Smith can get a lead over at first base and maybe get himself into scoring position. And on a roll of hit 4, that's a stolen base. And that gives Sandberg a chance to drive in yet another run off of Jason Schmidt here in the top of the fourth. Cubs already up 2-0. And on a roll of 3-5-6. Is the pitcher and batter the same? Yes, they are. That will be a strikeout. So Ryan Sandberg goes down looking to end the fourth inning. But the Cubs score again, and they now lead it 2-0. Coming up for the Pirates in the bottom of the fourth, it will be Turner Ward, the number 3 hitter and the center fielder tonight, to lead things off against Morgan. The roll is a 1-3-4. Do we have a gold catcher? Yes, we do. I believe Wilkins is full gold in 1993. He is indeed full gold, so that will be a strikeout. Kevin Young comes to the plate. 1 man. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Pirates, in fact, still looking for their first hit. And on a roll of 3-4-5, do we have an iron catcher? No. Does the batter have a good eye? No. That's going to be a strikeout. Two strikeouts in the inning for Mike Morgan. And that will take us to the baseball right now chart, as Jose Guillen comes to the plate. Guillen walked in his last at-bat, so he is neither hot nor cold. Morgan is now semi-hot as a result of the strikeout. And the roll is 2-6. Do we have a hot pitcher? The decide or die says yes. Morgan overpowers Jose Guillen with his best pitch, and that's a strikeout. That's funny. Morgan was never what you would consider an overpowering pitcher, but he pulled the string on Guillen that time, and Guillen strikes out to end the fourth. Pirates still hitless through 4 times at the plate. And as we head to the fifth, it's still a 2-0 ball game. Mark Grace in to lead it off. The pitch to Grace is a 2-3-6. Is the pitcher double control or dynamic? No. Is this the pitcher batting? No. Grace draws the base on balls. That brings Sammy Sosa to the plate. Sosa having a good night at the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. And on a roll of 1-1-2 is the pitcher a flash. The decider's die says yes, and that is a strikeout. Grace holds up at first as left-handed batting catcher Rick Wilkins comes to the plate. Wilkins had a fine season in 1993. He is a semi-champion, a full slugger, and a semi-home run king. The roll is a 1-2-5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No. Is the batter patient? No. That is the batter a whiffer? Yes, he is, and that's another strikeout. So Schmidt's down 2 runs, but he is doing his best to keep the game close and hope that the offense wakes up for the Pirates. With Grace still at first and 2 outs now, Steve Buechele is your batter. 1-3-4 is the roll. Do we have a gold catcher? No. Do we have a champion hitter? No. That's going to take us to the outfield drama chart. Let's see what the outfield drama chart brings to the Pirates. The roll is a 2-6. Is the center fielder stoic? Turner Ward is your center fielder tonight, and I purposely put him there because he is not stoic. The other option for center field was possibly stoic. So Ward is going to get to this ball, and he makes the grab of the fast-fading fly ball for the 3rd out of the inning. That goes down in the scorebook as a routine fly ball, but that was a nice play by Turner Ward to get to that one and save more damage for the Pirates. And that takes us now to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're at the halfway point of this ball game. It's still a 2-0 game in favor of the Cubs as the Pirates come to bat here looking for their first hit of the night. Freddie Garcia will try to accomplish that task. And on a roll of 2-3-3, is the pitcher an ace or a star? No. Is the batter a slugger? He is a semi-slugger, but the decider die says no. And that's going to go as a fly out to center field. The decider die giveth, and the decider die taketh away. And on this occasion, that costs the Pirates. That brings Al Martin to the plate as your 1-out batter. Standing in against Morgan, the pitch is a 2-4-5. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter a hero? No. That's going to go as a pop out to second base. Ryan Sandberg makes that play, and that brings to the plate with 2 outs Lou Collier, and we go to the player experience chart. This is also going to favor the Cubs. Collier is a prospect, and Mike Morgan a semi-icon. The roll is a 5-6. Do we have an icon pitcher? The decider die says yes. Pitcher fools the batter with an off-speed pitch, and it is a sky-high pop-up to the shortstop. Ray Sanchez moves under that and makes the play. And that ends the 5th inning for the Pirates offense. Through 5 complete, it's still a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Cubs. As Derek May now comes to the plate. This will probably be Schmidt's final inning of work for the Pirates as he is scheduled to lead off the bottom of the 6th. So Schmidt wants to bear down here and keep this a close game. The pitch to May is a 3-4-5. Do we have an iron catcher? No. Does the batter have a good eye? No. That's a strikeout. Score that a strikeout looking. And that will take us to the baseball right now chart as Ray Sanchez comes to the plate. Sanchez singled in his last at bat. It is inning number 6. So that makes Sanchez a full hot batter. And Schmidt is a full hot pitcher. So strength against strength in this matchup. And on a roll of 3-6, do we have a cold pitcher? No. So he does not miss on the pitch. Instead, he gets it over the outside corner, and Sanchez pops it up. Jason Kendall will move on that to make the play. And that is the 2nd out of the inning. That brings Mike Morgan to the plate. Morgan's pitching a no-hitter, so he's going to come out and take his licks here in the 6th. In spite of the fact that he's got every batting rating available. 255 is the roll. Is the pitcher a star? No. Is the batter a home run king? Definitely not. That's going to be a shallow fly ball to left field, and Al Martin makes the play to end the inning. So 3 up and 3 down for the Cubs in the top of the 6th. And that is going to be all for Jason Schmidt. Schmidt cheering on his teammates, trying to get them out of this 2-run deficit. So we need a pinch hitter to face Mike Morgan. Let's see who we've got among left-handed batters. Adrian Brown is a hero but rarely used. Jermaine Allensworth is a semi-champion, but he's a right-handed batter. And let's see, Doug Strange is a switch hitter. He is a semi-utility, semi-sad sack. So Adrian Brown is going to be your best option in this situation. So Brown comes into bat as Morgan comes out to work the bottom of the 6th. And here is Adrian Brown, a full hero, a full scrapper, and fully eager as Brown steps in against Mike Morgan. The pitch from Morgan is a 4.55. Is Morgan a flash? No. Is Brown a home run king? No. That goes as a ground ball to first base. Score that 3-1 on the putout. And that brings to the plate the cold guy, Jason Kendall, for the Pirates. Kendall 0 for 1. Drew a walk to lead off the first and lined out in his last at bat. This time the roll is a 1-3-3. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter a slugger? No. That is a fly out to left field. And that will bring to the plate the hot-hitting Tony Womack. 3-5-6 is the pitch. Is the pitcher and batter the same? No. Is the batter a utility or a sad sack? No. That's going to be a single down the first baseline. So Womack got around on one, and he delivers the first hit of the ball game for the Pirates. He'll hold it first, although he is an active runner against a Gold Glove catcher. So that would be a steal rating of 1-4. But with the Pirates down by 2 runs, there's nothing to be gained by stealing a base here in this situation. Turner Ward will come up and he'll bat away. Here's Turner Ward. Hello, Dave Gardner. Welcome to the chat room. Hope all is well. And I would say I hope you're feeling better. I know you've been ailing a bit, and you took a hockey stick to the breadbasket. But I also saw that you have a podcast online, so I'm going to have to hop over later tonight and catch the Dave and Ron podcast show. Welcome to the ballpark. It is game 1 of the series here in the round of 16 in the Best Team I've Ever Seen tournament. And we have the 1993 Cubs leading 2-0 over the 1998 Pirates. Mike Morgan for the Cubs no-hits the Pirates for 5 2/3 innings, but Turner Ward just delivered the first hit of the ball game. Tony Womack just delivered the first hit of the ball game, and Turner Ward is now at the plate with Womack at first and 2 outs. And the pitch to Ward is a 5-5-6. Is the pitcher an ace? No. Is the batter a sad sack? No. That's going to be a double to right field. Runners advance 2 bases on singles, score on doubles, and just like that, Womack scores, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Dave Gardner, you are good luck for the Pirates. Ward gets a double. Womack scores. It's a 2-1 ball game. Now what do you do with Mike Morgan? He is not yet a struggler, but if he gives up one more on base consecutively here, he will become a semi-struggler. So they'll let Morgan pitch to Kevin Young as the bullpen is quickly up and in motion for the Cubs. Kevin Young steps in. The pitch to Young is a 4-4-6. Is the pitcher a star? No. Is the batter a sad sack? No. Utility? No. Patient? No. So it is not a called third strike, and instead it's a single to right field. The base runner on second, Ward, is a normal runner, and on a lead die of 4, runner scores from first base, from second base, excuse me. So just like that, we go from a no-hitter to a tie ball game. And just like that, that is going to be the end of the night for Mike Morgan, as he is now a semi-struggler, and Jose Guillen is coming to the plate, to be followed by Freddie Garcia and Al Martin. So let's see what the Cubs have available in the bullpen here tonight. First, we're going to take a look at our bullpen usage metrics. And I remember this game. The last game the Cubs played was called on account of rain after 7 innings. Greg Hibbard pitched 6 2/3, and Jose Bautista pitched 1/3 of an inning, followed by a day off. So the Cubs have a fully fresh bullpen. And as you will recall at the top of the broadcast, Jose Bautista is considered a hot pitcher tonight by virtue of the decider die in the pregame manager roles. So they are going to go right to Jose Bautista to replace Mike Morgan in this situation. Morgan was the last man to bat in the 5th, so this will just be a straight up switch, as Morgan comes out to be replaced by Bautista, and Bautista will go in the number 9 hole in the batting order, and it will be Jose Guillen facing Jose Bautista. Bautista is hot, he's a full star, and by virtue of the fact that he's coming in the middle inning for the first batter, he is a full ace. So Guillen's going to need to pull a rabbit out of his hat to get anything done here against Bautista in this situation. And the roll is a 4-4-6. Is the pitcher a star? Yes, he is. That's a ground out to second base, and that's the end of the inning. But the Pirates come off the mat in the bottom of the 6th. They score 2 runs, and it is now a tie ball game, 2-2. And the Pirates need a pitcher. Let's see. Adrian Brown was the pinch hitter. Jose Guillen made the last out of the inning. So I think the Pirates are going to double switch here. They're going to leave Brown in the game. He can only play center field, so Brown will play center and Turner Ward will move over to right. Guillen comes out of the ball game, and the new pitcher will come into the number 9 hole. Now we need a pitcher. Coming up for the Cubs, it is lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, which is the way I like to set my lineups. So let's see who the Pirates have most effective in this situation. Jason Christensen is a semi-ace. Mike Williams is a full ace and a flash. Ricardo Rincon is a lefty who's a star and a flash. We're going to bring on Rincon. Let's check the player usage stats. Well, the Pirates actually swept their series, so they've got a fully fresh bullpen. So Ricardo Rincon will be the pitcher for the Pirates. So in comes Rincon to pitch. Moving to right field will be Turner Ward. Where is Turner Ward? There he is. And coming into center field will be Adrian Brown. Now on the offense, Brown remains in the 9 hole. And the pitcher comes into the spot vacated by Jose Guillen. Let's see, Guillen is number 11, so that's the 5 hole. and that is going to be Ricardo Rincon. And I believe that's everything. Yeah, Rincon is on the mound. Rincon is number 5 in the batting order. Brown is batting 9th and playing center field. So we're ready for action here in the top of the 7th. It is now a tie ball game, and it is a bullpen game now. Both starting pitchers are off the hook. As left-handed batting Dwight Schmidt stands in against the lefty Ricardo Rincon. Schmidt 1 for 3 on the night. On a roll of 1-1-3, is the pitcher an ace or dynamic? No. Is the batter a slugger? No. That's going to go as a single to center field. Although a sad sack or a home run king strikes out. Schmidt is a semi-home run king. And we have not used the decide or die for anything else. So he is not a home run king. He does not strike out. He does get the single to center field. Schmidt, a normal runner. Jason Kendall is a normal catcher. So it would be a 1-4 chance to steal if he gets his lead. And Ryan Sandberg is your batter. We're going to let Sandberg hit. Right-hander against the lefty Ricardo Rincon. The pitch is a 1-3-3. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter a slugger? No. That's going to go as a fly out to left field. Al Martin moves under that and makes the catch. Dwight Schmidt holds. Now Mark Grace is the batter. He is a lefty. I think we're going to send Dwight Schmidt in this situation. See if we can't get him into scoring position for the left-handed hitting Grace. And he's caught stealing. The pit means he got his lead, so he can steal on a 1-4, but on a roll of 6, he is caught stealing. And we will call that catcher to shortstop, 2-6 on the out. And the bases are now empty with 2 outs for Mark Grace. Sometimes you just got to take your shot. 5-6-6 to the roll to Grace. 5-6-6. Is the pitcher wild? No. Does the batter have a good eye? Yes, he does. That's a foul tip, and Grace is still at bat. Otherwise, that's a strikeout. So another roll for Grace against Rincon. This time it is a 1-3-6. Is the pitcher an ace? No. Is the batter a whiffer? No. Or cold? Grace walked his last time up, so he is not cold. And that's going to take us to the infield drama chart. Grace rolls on the infield drama chart. What's going to happen here? The roll is a 4-4. Is the pitcher gold? Rincon is a normal fielder. He is not gold. So it's a bad hop. The pitcher is unable to make the play. And the batter is safe at first on the error. So score that as a fielding error on the pitcher. And Grace is safe at first. That brings Sammy Sosa to the plate. And that takes us to the red chart, which is player experience. Sosa is neutral. Rincon is semi-prospect. And on a roll of 1-3, is it a prospect pitcher? The decider die says no. So he does not throw an off-target pitch. Instead, that's a ground out to third base, and that's going to end the inning. So the Pirates dodged a bullet in that inning thanks to the caught stealing. And they survived the error by Rincon. Jose Bautista comes back to the mound for his second inning of work for the Cubs. He is now considered semi-fresh, even though he only pitched to 1 batter in the previous inning. Leading off will be the number 6 batter, Freddie Garcia, against Bautista. The pitch is a 4-4-6. Is the pitcher a star? Yes, he is. Ground out to second base. This is an exciting game. Al Martin, now your left-handed hitting left fielder, stands in against Bautista. This time the roll is a 3-3-4. Is the pitcher an ace or a star? He is a star, and that is a pop out to first base. Mark Grace moves over to make that play in foul territory, and with 2 outs, your batter is Luke Collier. Batista delivers a 1-5-6. Nothing on the pitcher's column. Is the batter a whiffer? He is a full whiffer, and that is a strikeout to end the inning. So a fine 1 1/3 inning of work for Jose Bautista. And that will bring Ricardo Rincon in for his second inning of work. And he'll have lefty, righty, lefty as Rick Wilkins leads off. The pitch from Rincon is a 1-2-5. Is he a struggler? No. Is the batter patient? No. Is the batter a whiffer? Yes, that is a strikeout. Rick Wilkins goes down swinging for the first out here in the top of the 8th. And that brings to the plate the right-handed hitting third baseman Steve Buechele. Rincon delivers to Buechele, and that's a 1-1-1. Is Rincon an ace? No. Is Buechele a scrapper? No. That is a home run to left field. Steve Buechele gets into one, and he takes it out of the yard to left. And Steve Buechele touches them all, and it is now a 3-2 ball game in favor of the Cubs. A clutch home run for Steve Buechele in the top of the 8th. And the Cubs now take the lead and have a chance to steal a victory here on the road in Three Rivers Stadium. The next scheduled hitter is Derek May. Rincon remains on the mound. This may be a good opportunity to bring in a right-handed batter. Although we don't want to bring a crappy fielder into the game. May is a neutral fielder. Willie Wilson is a neutral fielder. And let's see, if we bring Wilson into the game in center, Sosa can move to right and Smith can move to left. But May is a hero. He's 0 for 3 tonight, so he's cold. And we go to the decide or die. If we get the pip, we make the change. And we get no pip, so May will bat for himself. Not a huge difference in potential between May and Wilson, so they'll let May bat for himself with 1 out and the bases empty. The pitch from Rincon is a 1-2-3. Is he both flash and fresh? He is a flash. He is semi-fresh, and the decide or die says no, so we move on to the batter column. Nothing in the batter column, and that's going to be a ground out to shortstop. That's the second out of the inning, and that brings Ray Sanchez into the game. The pitch to Sanchez is a 4-4-6. Is the pitcher a star? Yes. That's a ground out to second base. And that will end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. The Cubs now lead 3-2. Bautista is now no longer fresh. He's pitched an inning and a third. He is scheduled to lead off the next inning. So what we will do now is bring Willie Wilson into the game on a double switch. Let's see, due up for the Pirates, the switch hitter Adrian Brown, the righty Kendall, the lefty Womack, followed by the switch hitter Turner Ward. So there's really no advantage lefty versus righty to the Cubs. So the Cubs are going to bring in their best setup guy to pitch the bottom of the 8th. And that would be Sean Bosky. He's a semi-star. Everybody else is a semi-workman. So Bosky comes into the game to pitch. He will be in the number 7 spot. And Willie Wilson will come into the game. And we'll just put him into left field so we don't have to move all the outfielders around. Right, so we have some switches to be made. Bautista will be replaced by Sean Bosky. May will be replaced by Willie Wilson. On offense, it is Bosky in the 7 slot, Wilson in the 9 spot. And I think we did it right. Yes, we did. So according to iScore, Wilson's in left, Sosa's in center, Smith is in right. In reality, it's Wilson in center, Sosa in right, Smith in left. And if anything comes up by way of outfield drama, we'll just have to remember that. So Sean Bosky is in the game. He's facing 9-1 and 2, Brown, Kendall, Womack. Pirates need a run to tie the game here in the bottom of the 8th. Salvatore America. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Ken Castro, how are you? So welcome to the ballpark, everybody. It is the bottom of the 8th here in Three River Stadium. Steve Buechele has just hit a dramatic home run for the Cubs in the top of the 8th to put them ahead 3-2. And the Cubs just need 6 more outs to get out of this one with an opening game victory in the series. The pitch to Adrian Brown is a 1-6-6. Is the pitcher a workman? No. Is the batter a whiffer? No. And the result is a ground out to third base. That brings Jason Kendall to the plate, and it takes us to our player experience chart. Kendall is neutral, Bosky is neutral. And on a roll of 1-3, do we have a prospect pitcher? No. So he does not throw an off-target pitch. Instead, he gets a ground out to third base. And that brings up the hot-hitting Tony Womack for the Pirates with 2 men out and nobody on base. Womack stares down Bosky. Bosky rears back and throws a 1-2-6. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. That's a line out to second base. And that ends the inning. So we go to the 9th. It's a 3-2 ball game in favor of the Cubs. Ricardo Rincon has pitched 2 innings, so he is going to come down. Scheduled to bat for the Pirates, the switch hitter Turner Ward. No, I'm screwed up. We're in the top of the 9th. So it's Wilson scheduled to bat for the Cubs. Dwight Smith and Sandberg. So switch lefty-righty. And the Pirates are going to need their best setup guy to hold the Cubs intact here. And that is going to be Mike Williams. A full ace coming out of the bullpen. So Rincon is out. Williams is in. We'll play it as a straight switch for now. And to the plate comes Willie Wilson leading off against Mike Williams. Wilson against Williams. Willie Wilson, the veteran speedster in center field. The pitch is a 1-3-6. Is the pitcher an ace? Yes, he is. That's a strikeout. Wilson blows away Williams blows away Willie Wilson to begin the inning. And now Dwight Smith is your batter. Cubs at what they hope will be the final time. As Williams stares down Dwight Smith. Williams throws a 1-3-3. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter a slugger? No. That's going to be a fly out to left field. Two outs now, and that brings Ryan Sandberg to the plate. Sandberg is your hot hitter for the Cubs. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Singled in the first inning. And the roll is a 3-4-6. Nothing in the pitcher's column. Is the batter eager? No. He draws the base on balls. Second walk of the game for Sandberg. And that will bring Bart Grace to the plate. And now we're definitely going to run Sandberg and see if we can't get the insurance run into scoring position. And he's thrown out. Sandberg caught stealing. That ends the top of the ninth. We go to the bottom of the ninth with the score, the Cubs 3 and the Pirates 2. And for the Cubs, on comes the closer, Randy Myers. What a guy. Let's see if we have any defensive substitutions that need to be made for the Cubs. Let's see, gold, gold, semi-gold, gold. The only potential substitution is Dwight Schmidt, who is semi-iron in the outfield. Do we have a gold outfielder? No, in fact, the only replacement outfielders we have left are both fully iron. So no defensive subs. Myers comes into the game, and he will go directly into the number 7 position in the batting order. And it will be Turner Ward leading things off for the Pirates against Randy Myers. Save situation, 3-2 ball game, bottom of the ninth. Tension growing here at Three Rivers Stadium. The pitch to Ward is a 2-2-6. And is it a hit by pitch? The decider die says no. Is this the cleanup batter? No, he's the 3-hole hitter. Is he a whiffer? Yes, he is. That's going to be a strikeout. So Myers gets the first out on a strikeout of Turner Ward, and that brings Kevin Young to the plate. Tying run at the plate here. Ward is a slugger. Young is a slugger. The roll is a 4-6-6. Is Myers a control pitcher? The decider die says yes, and that means the pitch gets read, and it's a single to center field. A single to left field, excuse me. That's one of those weird rolls where it's actually less advantageous to the control pitcher. So Young is on at first base with the tying run. The pitcher spot is due up, and that would be the game-winning run. So let's see what kind of sluggers the Pirates can bring out. Let's see, Jermaine Allensworth is a semi-champion but a semi-scrapper. Scrapper. Manny Martinez is a semi-slugger. And Ramos Ramirez is nothing. So, we've got the choice between the slugger and the semi-champion. I'm going to go with the semi-champion because if we can get Young around, his run is meaningful. And we don't necessarily need a home run. And so Allensworth has a better chance of keeping the inning alive. So your pinch hitter will be Jermaine Allensworth. Young is a normal runner. Rick Wilkins is a gold catcher, so he's not going to try and steal. So here's Jermaine Allensworth against Randy Myers. Ken Castro says, great season that year. Indeed, he is a full star and a full flash. The pitch to Allensworth is a 3-3-4. Is Myers an ace or a star? Yes, he is a star. That's a pop out to first base. So Allensworth does not get the job done. And the final hope for the Pirates is Freddie Garcia. He is a semi-slugger, semi-home run king. So if he gets around on one, he can do some damage. But Myers is looking strong out there. The pitch to Garcia. 6-6-6. Is Myers an ace? No. Is Garcia a sad sack? No. That is going to be a deep drive and a glove check. Let's see, have we used the decider die? No, we have not. It's a star. It's a pip, which means that Garcia will be rolling on the home run king. Roll on the chart. So this is going to be trouble. This is a fly out on a 1. And everything else is a home run. So the game ends here. The ball is hit deep. Willie Wilson is going back. Can he make the grab? And on a roll of 2, it is out of here. A home run for Freddie Garcia over the left field wall, just over the outstretched glove of Willie Wilson. That's a 2-run bomb, and that is your ball game. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Freddie Garcia with 2 outs helps the Pirates snatch defeat from the jaws of victory as he takes Randy Myers out of the yard for a 2-run shot to left. The fans here at Three Rivers Stadium are delirious with excitement. A walk-off 2-run homer for Freddie Garcia. He is a home run king, and he got all of that one with the help of the decider die. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The decider die giveth, and the decider die taketh away. And on this night, the decider die has given the Pittsburgh Pirates and Freddie Garcia a dramatic walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th. Your final score is the Pittsburgh Pirates 4, the Chicago Cubs 3. All right, fans, what a finish here in Three Rivers Stadium. Freddie Garcia touches them all. He is mobbed by his teammates. And indeed, his teammates do rip his jersey off because he is not wearing a buzzer. So he rounds third and comes home to the celebration of his teammates and the fans here at Three Rivers Stadium as Clinton Parks records the final run of the ball game from his home plate umpiring position. And that is your ball game. Your final score once again, the Pittsburgh Pirates 4, the Chicago Cubs 3. All right, fans, thank you for checking out tonight's ball game. Quick channel update before we sign off. Tomorrow afternoon, I do hope to get back on the channel with Heartland Championship Wrestling. It is a pay-per-view weekend in the Heartland, as we will be in Atlanta presenting the pay-per-view broadcast Heartland Havoc 96, I Stand Alone. And in the main event, it will be Randy the Macho Man Savage, your NWA World Heavyweight Champion, defending his title against the winner of Buckeye Bowl 2020, Barry Windham. That'll be a good match. Also a good match will be Jimmy Snuka defending the Atlantic Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship against Ted DiBiase. And your third championship match on tomorrow's pay-per-view will be for the Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Championship with the Road Warriors defending their titles against the team of Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. So 3 great matches teed up for tomorrow's pay-per-view on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. And of course, Sunday we'll be watching the Super Bowl, so there won't be anything on the channel. And on Monday we'll be back with our weekly episode of My Journey with Jesus. So thank you for tuning in here tonight for History Maker Baseball. We'll see you tomorrow for Heartland Championship Wrestling, and Monday for My Journey with Jesus. Thanks again, everybody, for coming. Tribe fan, thanks for stopping in. Salvatore America, thanks for coming in. Clinton Parks, good job behind the plate tonight. Ken Castro, thanks for coming. Clinton Parks again. Who else was here? Dave Gardner stopped by. And I believe that's everybody. And if you're here at the ballpark tonight, thank you for coming. And if you're catching this game live, or excuse me, on the YouTube rebroadcast, thank you again for checking us out. That's our stream, and I am out of here.